Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
How's the first couple days been?
Yeah, it's been good. We've been hitting the ground running, literally. We're doing a lot of running, a lot of fitness tests, but just trying to instill that hardworking mentality that we want to have this year.
A couple years ago, season ended not the way you wanted, kind of left a bad taste in your mouth, and it led you on to a very historic run. Kind of similar in this respect, not the season that you wanted last year at the end of the season. Does that kind of fuel you going into this preseason now?
Yeah, I think, we look back on last season and we're disappointed, and that's crazy because we made our second consecutive playoff appearance and made it to the semis, and arguably should have put that game away too. So while we're disappointed, we're also really encouraged, and we're gonna build on what we did last year and not feel that way again.
One of the veterans on this team, have you kind of started incorporating some of the new players into the team and kind of instilling that mentality and that camaraderie within the team?
Yeah, I think it starts with, like you said, instilling that trust and respect, especially with the staff. I think that the more we can just do what they say and really get unified on what our goals are and how we're going to get there, the better off we're going to be.
What would it mean to get Barbara back on the pitch? Hopefully she comes back from the injury
Yeah.
soonish.
Yeah, I mean, that would mean everything. I think having Barbara back gives us so much danger up top. She's always a threat, and so she is a huge part of the way we want to play, and I know she's going to come back healthy and ready to go.
And then with Emily Sands being traded, what type of void does that leave in the defense, and who do you think is going to step up? Because it's hard to replace a defender of the year.
Yeah, definitely, and is definitely someone that we are going to miss and a big presence lost, but I have full confidence in the people that, not only that we brought in, but the people that have already been here. We've shown that we are so versatile as a team, and we step up in the big moments, and I am confident we are going to continue to do that.
Bringing in various other players, Haley Mace, for example.
Yeah.
Having a lot of kind of depth within that defense, how much is that going to help?
Yeah, it's huge. I think across the team, we are going to rely on depth this year. We say it every year, but looking at our schedule, we have so many midweek games. We have so many games closely packed together, and so we're going to need absolutely everybody, and I think the team with the most depth is going to go far this year.
Do you feel like last year's experience with the Champions Cup and having those back-to-back games, all that travel kind of prepared you for stuff like this?
Totally. I think the Champions Cup was a big learning curve for us, and unfortunately, we wanted to go farther in that, but I think it was a blessing in disguise. Now we're prepared. We do not have those extra games, and we're just fully focused on the league games and what we can do there.
A championship followed by a semifinal loss. How much does that motivate you guys or kind of stick with you that, you were trying to repeat and that was tough, but you know what it takes?
Yeah, I think it definitely sticks with us and it stings, but as I said, I'm super encouraged by the group, our resilience that we showed throughout the year last year, and we just showed that it's a long season, and even when you have little valleys, the team that is the most resilient is going to go on to hit their stride at the right time, and I think that we also learned that no year looks the same, and so this year is going to be no different. It's going to look a lot different than 2 years ago, than last year, and we just have to fully embrace that.
More change on the roster than a year ago. How long do you think it will take for all of you to, get on the same page, get flux?
Yeah, I think, it's a long preseason. It's 8 weeks, so we're going to take every bit of that 8 weeks to get meshed together. But, we have our core group that we had last year, and with bringing Barbara back and the players that we've added, I'm fully confident that we'll be able to hit the ground running. As I said, we did it from the start of preseason, and I feel like we have a clear vision for what we want to do throughout the year.
Great. Thank you, Haley.
Oh, thanks.